Now, Mike, you know this, in our business, it's almost impossible to get any of us to agree on anything, but universally, everyone loves that man there, Ernie Johnson Jr., who joins us on the 6th to promote his new book, Unscripted. And as many people say, Ernie, you are an even better person than you are a broadcaster, which is saying a lot, considering that you have won 3 Emmys. Thank you so much for being here.
You guys are too kind, really.
No, look,
I appreciate that intro, but man,
that is not just me
top.
trying to lay it on thick. I would say every person that I've ever had a conversation with and your name has come up, they've all said fantastic things. No one has ever said a bad word about you. So I'm just curious from your vantage point, because you've heard people, lavish you with praise before, but what does it mean for you that you have that kind of reputation in our business?
You know what, it's humbling and it's flattering. And let me say this too, thank you for having me on here and congratulations on the show. This is huge for me. I really appreciate it.
No. It's been a buzz around the building all day.
Here's what it means if somebody does say that is that maybe I'm getting some of what my dad tried to teach me. And I think when I wrote Unscripted, I did it to honor my father. And he meant so much to so many viewers and listeners of Braves baseball through the years, and he taught me so much when he wasn't even trying. I just learned from watching him that, if there's something that people take away and say, hey, your dad was like that. No, there's no higher compliment, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to be the guy for my kids that my dad was for me.
Well, I know you said you did this book in thinking of your father and all the lessons you learned, but the title of it alone is a lesson in itself because, at least from what you've said before, and certainly the way the book reads, is that your life has been filled with so many unscripted moments you couldn't have possibly prepared for. Why do you appreciate those moments so much?
I think because, look, there was a time in my life when I just wanted to follow the script, and it was the script that I had written, and it was like, I have a great job, got a great wife, have a boy and a girl. This is the American dream. This is the script. Let's not deviate. Let's not waver. And then that changed in the early 90s when my wife, was just like, what they're doing to these kids in orphanages in Romania is horrible. We need to go adopt one of these kids. And I'm like, well, whoa, this is not the script. And the more we talked, it was, well, let's do this. Let's explore it. And then we wind up going, and she goes to Romania. I babysit our 2 kids at the time. We adopt this boy, Michael, and the nurse at this orphanage brings him out to show my wife and says, don't take this boy, he's no good. You imagine that. So what I've learned in this unscripted, as my wife calls and says, I don't know if I can go the rest of my life wondering what happened to this kid. And I said, well, bring him home. So then we go to Paraguay and adopt a little girl. In our 50s, we adopt a couple of girls out of foster care in Cleveland. Look, I've said it before. I'm a sportscaster. My wife's a world changer. It's a good mix, She's the brains of the operation, by far.
Isn't that the truth?
I feel almost guilty for asking this question, given the high level of our conversation right now. Got to get your take about MVP. Obviously, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, they've been going back and forth.
And what EJ says, I may just go with.
Really?
Now, either way, I don't have a vote, but that's the way
You don't have a vote?
I don't.
No.
You don't want me to vote.
You know what? I have a vote.
You have a vote?
Yeah, I've had a vote for like 10 years.
So who are you voting for?
Russell Westbrook.
Okay.
And it's...
What did it come down to for you?
It came down to... it didn't come down to James Harden. It came down to Oscar Robertson. Mm-hmm. And that's, what he's done. When you lose a teammate like Kevin Durant, and everybody says, oh boy, this is going to be a really tough ride. But just to see, when you see something that you haven't seen since 1962, James Harden is right there with him. Great year. But when you start saying this is only the second time we've seen this, and the way he does it, I'd pay to see this guy. We kind of lose sight of that sometimes because we can call the PR guy and say, hey, I would like to see Russell Westbrook tonight. Okay, what time can you be there? And your pass will be right here. I pay to see that guy.
Well, You the MVP. You the real MVP.
You really
are. Kevin Durant's line, on and off set.
Oh.
Everything you cracked up to be and more, man. Congratulations on the book. Thank you for blessing the world with your story. Thanks for blessing us with the time. And enjoy your time at ESPN. It's awesome to have you around.
You guys are too kind, and it's just a thrill to be here, and thank you. And here's to the unscripted.
All right. Thank you.